According to Meghan Markle, this showed a lot of fun, didn't it? This was the thing that really said, behind all the noise, there was a lot of glamour, a lot of fun, a lot of happiness, and true authenticity. We're talking, of course, about the now infamous twerking video, whatever you want to call it, behind the scenes, just ahead, in her eyes, and from her speech, of course, just ahead of the birth of Lily. Lilibet, Princess Lily, whatever you want to call her. I'm never quite sure. Now, this video, as many people know, was put out by her new team, what they like to call themselves as disruptors, you know, trying to grab the attention of people. And it certainly did grab the attention. But as Meghan basically pointed out on that podcast with Emma Gurdy, you know, she was thrilled with it. She was happy. She enjoyed it. And, you know, they were squealing away. Now, obviously, as I pointed out in previous videos, it's interesting to note that Prince Harry remains silent about this. And as I've told you, I was told from an excellent source that this was simply because Harry didn't necessarily want this to go public. But, you know, when does Harry have a say in anything? Let's be blunt, chums, right? Now, this is where this gets interesting, because it's not just Meghan Markle that was delighted with this video. 42 million views, she casually pointed out. And when you think about it, as she said, it was showing me at my worst, you know, no makeup, no styled hair. But what it showed about her, apparently, was the fact that she was authentic. This was the real her. And apparently someone else agrees. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today. Lovely to have your company. And by the way, thank you for your lovely comments about filming inside Downing Street, you know, outside Downing Street. It's an area where I am on a lot of occasions, and it's always nice to show you those particular areas. You know, people talk about places like that, and I'm sure it's the same in your country. Everything looks better on the telly, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I just sort of think, you know, everything, you're standing there thinking, right, everything's gone on here, and you're coming out the door and all that sort of stuff. But really, it just doesn't have the same feel. Even when I watch it on the TV, I think, gosh, that looks very powerful. When you're there, I just miss Larry the cat. I know, never saw him. Yeah, very sad, isn't it? Now let's get back to your royal story of the day. As I said, this shocked a lot. A lot of people were appalled. A lot of people thought this was worse, if that was possible, than the crouching down on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Remember that, with the milk bottle and her following some secret instructions from Ellen, all because she wanted to show the fact that she was fun and game for anything. I think we already know that, really, Meghan, right? But now, according to a very well-placed source, this has got the seal of approval, not from anybody that Meghan cares about, but in fact the seal of approval from her own daughter. Apparently, the daughter's seen it. I don't know whether Meghan's shown it, and as ever, I have to say, allegedly, but she's pointed and danced along with it and finds this a whole heap of fun for her and Meghan to dance along with too. Now, when you think about it, right, I mean, obviously the baby, the child, whatever, is too young to understand exactly what all that's about. I get it, right? But on the other side of the coin, a strange thing to show someone, right? But as I said, Meghan herself truly thinks that this was a groundbreaking moment, and the idea apparently is now more and more seeps through about this particular story, is that Meghan wanted to dent this stuffy image. I don't really think anybody thought she was stuffy, but this imagery that, you know, she was this super wife that didn't do anything wrong and everything was glamorous. And as she pointed out in the As Ever show, I didn't always live like this. So she, and this was the idea, was the fact that she was peeling away the layers of whether people thought she had a fabulous life that was only, you know, akin to her. And apparently the icing on the cake for Meghan is the fact that, now there's no word about Archie, I've got to be honest, but apparently her daughter, you know, Harry's daughter, well, apparently she loves it, loves the music, and they do the dance together. So could it really be all that bad? I'd love to know what you I'd really love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. And please don't start posting your own baby mama dances, will you? It could be more than I could bear. They were shown in the very heart of London.